Hello and welcome to the Melbourne Cup edition of Betstar Bites. As you can see, we're here at Crown Palladium only a couple of hours before what is the biggest betting spectacle for Melbourne Cup on pre-race day, the call of the card. I'm Eskander. I'm joined here by Mick Horne. We're going to focus on the Melbourne Cup and the Melbourne Cup only. Let's go through the field, Mick. I'll start from the top. I'm going to put a line through a few that I don't think can win, so we'll just skip those so we don't have the viewers here for the next 15 or 20 minutes. Dunedin, I don't think can win. Green Moon, I don't think can win. Red Cadeau, I don't think can win. Pretty dismissive, and we've gone straight through them, but let's start with Sea Moon. Mick, thoughts on Sea Moon?
Yeah, well, he was the highest rated horse ever to come out to Australia, bought by Australian Interest and Lloyd Williams. He's kept improving every start. His last start winning the Herbert Power at Caulfield was very good. He's had big weights all the time, drops down to 56.5. He does have to be a big chance.
Yep. Brown Panther, overseas horse. Haven't seen much of this horse. Thoughts?
Yeah, look, obviously getting a lot of press through Michael Owen ownership and whatnot, but he was good winning the Goodwood Cup. There are two of him. He can run very well or he can be ordinary. If the right one turns up, look, he's got to be some sort of chance. I'm going to sort of risk him, I think.
The horse to beat, in my opinion, is the favourite Fiorento, Mick.
Look, he's just the obvious. Anytime you look at him, he was a great second last year. Wasn't too much speed in last year's Cup, but he's shown since then he's a serious racehorse. He was a great third in the Cox Plate last start. All the form lines look good. He's drawn the perfect barrier. There's no doubt he will attract very strong support, especially from the Australian public who don't really know a lot of the internationals. So, look, he is have to be close to a top pick.
Chris Waller on fire, but I don't think Forteller can win, so let's skip that one. Dandino, Mick.
Dandino, look, he was very good in the Caulfield Cup, getting home well for second from well back. All of his form, previous international, he went to 27 or 2800 it was in the Arlington St Ledger. Look, you could have run second in that race. It was a very weak field. Best form, mile and a half. The 2 mile at this price, look, I think we have to take him on.
We've got Ethiopia can't win. Faulkner.
Look, an interesting one. He burned us in the Caulfield Cup. I didn't think he'd run the trip. He obviously did. He's kept improving. Again, there's that query on whether he will run the 2 mile. Traditionally, the Caulfield Cup is the best lead up to the Melbourne Cup, however. So, look, you take that form line. He's going around at sort of $17 or so at the moment. Maybe he does represent some value, but not for mine.
Fair enough. Moraine, let's skip Seville, let's skip Super Cool, Masked Marvel. Let's go down to Luca Comani and Mount Athos.
Look, many people say that sort of you only get one shot at a cup, and he sort of was there last year as a nearly favourite. Well documented, got too far back, was the run of the race, all that kind of thing. But it is very hard to win a Melbourne Cup if you didn't win the one the year prior. From barrier 22, he is going to have his work cut out. Look, he's a chance, but he's not in my top few. Yeah,
I'd rather risk him as well. Royal Empire.
I think this horse is the wild card. I'm getting more bullish on this bloke every day. Godolphin's brought him out. His form lines are pretty much from a mile to a mile and a half, which is just the exact opposite from what Godolphin have brought out in the past. They generally bring out that real 2 mile stayer. Obviously haven't won it in all the years that they've tried. The stablemate Azima had form around all of the rest of the internationals in this race. They've decided to bring Royal Empire out instead. I like him. Definite chance.
Velouse de Coeurs.
Huge winner of the St Ledger in Ireland. Mike Moroney now. Bad barrier, but she is very, very good. Has to be a big chance.
Hawkspur, Mick.
Look, query at the 2 mile. Was great in Brisbane early in this prep. Did enough in the Caulfield Cup. Maybe only. Okay.
Ibachenko, let's skip that. Verema.
Verema, another one brought out from France. Won the Kerguelen, which Americain Dunedin came through in the past. Great form race. She's lightly weighted, very good, in the mix.
Dear Demi.
The best of the Australians. Previous years, you'd look for this lightly weighted horse. Great in the Caulfield Cup and the McKinnon. Traditional lead-ups. This year's a tough year, but can't dismiss her.
Yeah, there'll be money for Dear Demi. And Trey Blue.
Look, I'm going to risk him. He's a European 3-year-old now trained by Gay. Gets him very light at the weights. Will go forward. That ticks a few boxes. I just don't know how good he is, so going to risk.
And traditionally, the Lexus winner has been well fancied in the Melbourne Cup, but this year will be different. So let's skip Rossello. What are your 1, 2 and 3, Mick, and then I'll give mine.
Look, I am going to go with Royal Empire on top. I think he's very good. He's the one to beat. Velouse de Coeurs, the other one from international form lines. And look, you just can't leave Fiorente out. It goes into third for me.
So we've got the same three, just in a different order. I think the favourite will be very hard to beat. Fiorente, in what's an open field. Fiorente just ticking along really, really nicely. Gay's had this horse in the Melbourne Cup before, obviously, an unlucky second, some would say. I'm tipping Royal Empire second and Velusta Curse third. Thanks very much for joining us for Betstar Bites. Good luck on the first Tuesday in November. And don't forget double fixed odds at betstar.com.au.